We are back with another episode of MITA Unshackled here, still in Baltimore at Lucky Leaf, which is fantastic because we're gathering all this information about social equity, about Maryland, how the market structure works, what's happening here, industry members, industry leaders, thought leaders, and sometimes we have the wonderful opportunity of meeting two wonderful individuals like this and bringing them on the show. Demitri Downing with...
Hi, I'm Tom. You can find us in cannabis legalization news on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Today we're going to be talking about Baltimore cannabis. We have two insiders from the Baltimore cannabis industry that have been active and involved for years. Let's see.
Let's just Erica, Ashley.
Ashley.
Let's start with Erica.
That would be me.
Yeah. Erica, please introduce yourself. Yeah.
We're going to wrestle for it.
Okay.
Right,
Do you want me to start?
Please,
Well,
by all
sure.
means.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm new to the industry. I'm actually seeking to get in transition from my current position. And I'm just trying to learn all I can about cannabis. I'm a sponge. I like learning. I enjoy sharing my knowledge with other people. I enjoy breaking down those stigmas. Cannabis is not all bad. It actually has some very great benefits and qualities. And it has really helped me. It has literally changed my life. Literally.
And you've been involved in the cannabis industry for a while.
Yeah, I've been here since the end of 2018, just when we transitioned to medical. And so I'm a nurse, actually, by trade. And they called it medical cannabis. And I said, why wouldn't they need a nurse here?
Seriously, they didn't need nurses? Because, like, the medical industry, typically you have to build that into the application. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, so most of the focus has been on physician support, nurse practitioner support, because their role is to certify. So they actually do a really good job of bringing the patients in, but the transition from I am certified to the dispensary, that gap is actually missed in a lot of cases. So that's why I'm here. That's why Cannabis Nursing Solutions exists.
So when did cannabis first go legal in Maryland?
December 2018.
December 2018, that was the first medical dispensary?
I don't know when the first dispensary popped up off the top of my head, but that's when the law passed and we officially were medicinal here.
Okay, and that's when you started to get really actively involved.
Well, that's when I started doing all the research, figuring out how I could fit in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you find? And I love this, and this is actually, for social equity applicants out there watching, a lot of them might say, you know what, this licensing stuff is too complicated, too complex, too cumbersome, too many experts, too much capital. How else can I get involved in the industry and utilizing my expertise? So this is a perfect example.
It is. And I'm actually going to defer to Erica on this because we were just talking about this before the break or before we came on. Really, it's about bringing your expertise forward because just like in any industry, you need all of the different types of expertise that are out there. Erica's a librarian. She fits. How do you fit?
I fit. How do I fit in? The information. People want to know if they want to open up the dispensary. What are the protocols? I don't know where to find that, or they don't understand the lingo. There's a lot of legal terms, and so you might want to find an attorney that can help you with that. But now all attorneys want to be involved with cannabis, so now you got to find an attorney that deals with cannabis. And it's like, come to my website. If I have it, hey, there you go. If I don't have it, let me know. I'll add it. So that way they know they have that information. They know where to go. They're getting their needs met. And hell, they might be telling other people, and that's what I want. Share the information with other people who are also interested in getting into the cannabis industry.
No, that's fantastic. And I'm always, we're, at MITA, we're constantly helping people get into the industry, constantly helping people with all kinds of stuff. We do a lot of work for free. And, I'm thinking of social equity applicants out there. You're willing to help out a social equity applicant navigate the process.
Yeah.
And that might be like a friend. I don't know what your consulting charges are, but hopefully first hour or two are free. And you can, help them.
Yes.
Help people help themselves.
There
and,
you go.
You have the research skills, knowledge, capabilities, know-how, the willingness. So you're a good individual. Say, hey, I don't want to do this alone. I need a teammate. Kind of help me out. They can call you.
Exactly.
That's awesome. But let's go back real quickly to you're a nurse.
Yes.
You have that expertise.
Yes.
And then you said, shoot, I want to see how it fits in the cannabis industry. And how many years ago was that?
5 years.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. Somebody might out there might working for Subway. I'm not sure how that could be a bartender or something. But how did you do that?
Oh, so it's a few ways. One of the ways that most people will make the biggest connection with is through the dispensaries. I'm a clinical director. So when you walk into the dispensary can refer you to some sort of physician or a pharmacist, in my case, a nurse, and I would walk through the process of identifying the product for the patient, identifying cannabinoid profiles or terpene profiles, or even medical considerations, right, that your bud tender wouldn't necessarily know because they're not, healthcare based.
How many dispensaries do you work? How did you even find out that this was a job?
Yeah, a lot of research. But in, I think it was 2020-ish time frame, it became a requirement for our dispensaries to have a clinical director on staff.
Nice.
And there are other nurses in the space that do operate. And so some of them actually advocated for us to have healthcare providers on duty in our dispensaries to support the
Really?
patient's experience. Yeah.
Really? Is that still mandated even now this transition into adult use?
It's lightening up, I believe. But most of the dispensaries I work for are keeping me on board.
Nice. I
Yeah.
like those kind of dispensaries.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to who the ones that you want to give a shout out to anyone. I know you probably
No, I
don't
don't.
want to play favorites.
No, I don't.
But much respect to the dispensary that you walk into and recognizes cannabis as a therapeutical medicinal substance and provides education information even on staff individuals who are knowledge to help the patients, the consumers, guide through. Much love for that.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? What's the vibe in Baltimore with this coming round of licensing that is not that far away, maybe a month, maybe 2 months away? Is there a lot of excitement that's going on in the industry? Do you think there's going to be a lot of people that are applying?
Heck yeah.
Are you guys applying?
I'm not. my business is thriving. But I have a community of healthcare professionals that I do work with, and I mean, at least 7 of them are here in Maryland and looking to apply for the social equity, at least mentorship, and then apply for the license to be able to open, I can't think of the word.
Incubator? Dispensary?
Not a dispensary, but a couple of them want, consumption lounges. A few of them want consumption lounges. Delivery services, like all the micro licenses is what really they're interested in.
Micro licenses are
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned something, the mentorship.
Yeah.
What is that mentorship program? Do you know anything about that? Because I've heard that mentioned a couple times, but I haven't done the research. So is Maryland offering a mentorship program officially? Is that structured and in place?
We have our trade association our dispensary trade association
Okay.
is. Yeah, and their last, I don't know all the details. It's definitely not my thing. But this is the last cohort of mentorship that they're doing this year. I do know that. And I believe that the applications are ending at the end of August. I might be lying around that too, but somewhere around the fall time.
Okay, so yeah, we shout out to the Maryland Dispensary Association.
Yeah.
And they have a program available.
Yes, for mentorship.
More education, more free. Is it free?
Yes.
Okay, more free education. We like free around here.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
kind
I
of-
do too.
Tom's like laughing.
Send an invoice.
I say the word free market too much, so that's why he's laughing at me over there. So what other advice you have out there for the social equity applicants who are just getting started and looking at this?
You know what? I kind of want to go back to just bring your expertise forward. Like whatever it is that you can do, whatever your interests are. Cannabis is an interesting space because there is a market that existed before the legal market. And so there are a lot of people who are still operating in this space underground, in the legacy space. So bring that into the legal market so you can do it legally.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how effective this new licensing scheme will be at reducing or maybe even eliminating that, let's call it untaxed or at least the legacy market.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know in our state, it's doing fine, the legacy market.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it's Illinois, and so it's very limited licensing state. Maryland's kind of doing a similar thing. There's only going to be so many dispensaries.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to bringing all my Mexican national friends that have worked for cartels who are currently all over the United States, legacy operators into the market.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just kidding. But people don't reflect on that too much,
Yeah.
We talk about people migrating in, but a lot of individuals did a lot of jail time. Generally Mexican nationals who are transporting cannabis across the United States.
Absolutely.
You know, and they are legacy operators. They are social equity individuals, and they deserve as well to be part of this new market.
Absolutely.
Do they want to be? Probably not, because they were just doing it because it was the easy money, and they don't like tax and they don't like regulations. So generally, they're not coming in here.
Yeah.
But you know, we wrestle with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't know if the legacy market needs to absolutely go away, because that's literally how people take care of their families. I mean, I understand the illegalities, and I'm not suggesting that people just go out and do illegal stuff. But, you know, being able to care for your families, you know, is something that we don't speak enough about when we're talking about that illegal market.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a complex subject, and it's honestly, you know, Tom and I talk about this stuff over dinner, kind of good conversation for us, because we like waxing philosophical and policy stuff. But the community really hasn't, the states, the localities, there really hasn't been an intelligent enough discussion in public about what legalization should look like, what tax and regulation should look like.
Yeah.
People are pulling things out of thin air, and you talk to any politician or any regulator one-on-one, and they're just like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I heard this from somebody from Illinois or Arizona, or this from a head regulator in California, and they think they know what's right or wrong, and everybody's just
Nobody
creating
knows.
this world.
Yeah, nobody
Right.
knows.
You know, that's
I like your guys' text that goes and funds a social equity fund, which is neat in the sense that our state has kind of got a failure to launch aspect of it, where they gave all these licenses to social equity entrepreneurs, and none of them are open. Well, not none of them, but 15% after
Wow.
2 years are open. So if they didn't have like this type of fund that they're contemplating here in Maryland. That'll be really interesting. So like your tax dollars are immediately going back in to launch and start up all these social equity licenses that you're awarding.
Yeah, yeah, and it's very interesting. I'm curious to see how our legal market evolves. I think there's a lot of opportunity for a beautiful growth. We have a lot of other states to refer to learn a lot of lessons. But to the point about, you know, nobody's ever done this before, there's going to be a lot of mistakes made, a lot of people left out, a lot of people who should, who shouldn't, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I think really being in this space is just beautiful, because I look at it optimistically in that, you know, it could be anything we want it to be. So let's create something.
Exactly.
I love that you guys are the spirit of helping others and being involved, and people should reach out to you to get more involved in their projects. What are you guys' contact information?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Cannabis Nursing Solutions. I'm a holistic healer. I'm a life coach for holistic people who are interested in employing holistic modalities in their lifestyle. That includes cannabis. And then I'm also a nurse, personal and professional development specialist. So,
Yep.
Excellent.
And you can find me on social media on TikTok or Instagram as the Librarian, also known as the Cannabis Librarian.
Probably the first cannabis librarian, the Canna Librarian. I
Well,
love it.
I
yes,
saw-
and we need to capitalize on that. Listen.
I saw nobody really doing it, so I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'm game. You know, nobody was really taking that step, and I was like, putting myself out there baby step by baby step, and I was like, oh, nobody, okay, I'll go, I'll do it, because I enjoy it. I mean, I'm learning with people. I'm learning from them. I'm learning with them. It's not a hierarchy. It's like, if I don't know, let me know.
There's a few cannabis museums around the world. There
There
could be
is.
a cannabis library somewhere or something.
There is like a cannabis museum in DC, and I
Really?
I think
Los Angeles,
hey, I gotta reach out to those
New
people.
York.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do.
That's fantastic. Tom, do you want to close this out? And I love how Tom used the word neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he uses words like intrinsic, exponential, rubric
And then
in
neat.
sentences.
Right.
And then he says neat.
It's what happens when you're raised in cornfields. You have nothing else to do but read books, but then you're kind of lame because you were raised in a cornfield. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of our Maryland Social Equity Licensing Special. I'm Tom. This is Cannabis Legalization News in conjunction with MITA. It's Unshackled.